Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. We are back again with another interesting video. It's getting sticky for young Philly. German Doner Kebab, one of his main sponsors, have removed all of his ads from their social media platforms. The FA have also put a stop to the cookery series that he was involved in. Chunkz also broke his silence and had this to say for himself.
Like everyone, I've heard the reports coming out of Australia. Whilst I understand many of you want my reaction on it, as this is an ongoing court case, I hope you guys can understand that I can't and won't be commenting on it publicly. So yeah, I've just come on here to basically let you know the reasons as to why I can't.
As I said, it's getting real sticky for young Philly. In this video, we're going to be looking at more disturbing videos that prove Philly is absolutely finished. In fact, one of these videos have been published by an alleged victim. Let's check this out.
The amount of money that young Philly would have lost just over the weekend alone is starting to get crazy. The FA cancelled a new show that was going to have Philly cooking alongside big Premier League players like Saka. His brand deals with ASOS have been deleted. His sauce with Heinz has been pulled. His clothing line with Perplex has been taken down. Foot Asylum announced they are suspending our contract with young Philly with immediate effect. His dating show with Gymshark, Hit Off, has been unlisted. The first live show for the Chunkz and Philly podcast is being cancelled. With the producers, Upload Productions, saying they are
literally, it's coming down like an avalanche right now, isn't it?
pausing any work with young Philly. There are even freaking articles being written about advice for brands after young Philly's arrest. And that's without even mentioning the creator side of this. Because do you know how much content he's featured in other people's channels? Philly is currently on a $200,000 conditional bail until his next court hearing on 19th of December. And some of those conditions are he's had to surrender his passport, frequently check in with police, not contact the alleged victim, and not comment about the case on social media. Now, it's important to stress that currently he's not being found guilty. But if that changes, it's likely that he would not be extradited back to the UK. That's because legal proceedings for serious criminal offenses like assault generally result in the convicted person serving time in the country where the crime occurred. But of course, as we know more, I'll keep you guys updated.
To be fair, now this makes a lot of sense to me because I've seen like podcast clips of him talking about how he talks to women really badly. And like for clarification, I didn't take anything to heart. I don't want anyone to be like, oh my god, what a horrible guy. So we're like exchanging DMs back and forth. I was 20 at this point. Yeah, I was 20. And then he like finds my YouTube videos and he's like sending me pictures of myself in my videos, like telling me he didn't like what I was wearing or like he didn't like how I looked in that video. And then like I can't remember.
Let's just say I had a girlfriend, hypothetically, yeah? And I know one of her biggest insecurities was her weight, yeah? And she showed me a red dress and she showed me a blue dress, yeah? I'm not saying this is good how I am. I need to work on it. She showed me a red dress and a blue dress, and I knew in the blue dress she looked a bit fat, but she really liked the red dress more. I would actually say to her, baby, look a bit fat in that blue dress.
Right.
Because do you know what? Do you know why I would, well, my train of thought, I do believe it's wrong though. But the only reason I'd say that is because I don't want her to now wear this one because she didn't hear her insecurity in that one. Do you get what I'm saying?
As I said, it's getting sticky for Billy. Let's check this out. All right, so this one here is from an alleged victim. Let's check this out.
And to be honest, I never planned on saying anything at all. It's only because of what's come out now that I feel like I should have said something in the past. And
it says here she's 17 years old as well.
I should say something now. 4 years ago, I spoke to young Philly on Instagram DM. He DM'd
She says 4 years ago. She's 17 now, or was she 17 4 years ago? I don't know.
me, and I ended up going to his flat. Him and his management, they worked very hard to manipulate me. Obviously, me when I was 17.
So she was 17 when that happened. And she went to his flat. And this was 4 years ago.
And to make me feel like if I said anything, then they could ruin my life would be over. You know, it'd be awful for me, awful for my mental health. So they convinced me to stay quiet. And right now I just feel awful because I feel like in light of what's happened to this poor woman in Australia, maybe it could have been prevented if I'd said something before. I was 17, and when it first happened, the incident, I didn't have anyone to talk to about it. I was very alone and I was very embarrassed, and I literally didn't know what to do. I didn't want to talk about it then, and to be honest, I don't want to talk about it now. I don't want to go into details. It's embarrassing and it's horrible to relive it. However, I also don't want him to get away with this.
It says here, I recorded this last night after I finished work and I saw what had happened. and started reading all the messages to clarify what has happened in Australia is a separate incident. I found out about it in the same way everyone else did, via the news and social media. The videos involving me that have resurfaced are from an incident that occurred 4 years ago when I was 17. I don't know the woman in Australia, and I don't know the full story of what happened. The only connection between us is that both incidents involved the same guy. I've been receiving death threats and abuse for the past 24 hours, and many people thinking I am the woman being referred to in an incident that took place in Australia. It's disgusting to see the messages I'm receiving, considering what FILLY has been charged with, and seeing people that are still looking to blame anyone but him. The messages I'm receiving now are the exact reason I'm scared. I'm scared to... So it just says I'm scared too, and I can't see the rest of the image there. But this is extremely disturbing. Another allegation and another alleged victim of young FILLY. Looking at that video, she didn't seem like she was making stuff up. People will question why she's only coming forward now, but clearly she said she was scared. She had no one to talk to. And now that this situation has taken place in Australia, based on what we're hearing, it's not sounding too good.
She wanted to go back to yours to get ready for a night with FILLY, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so this says young FILLY's victim's friend speaks out for the first time and talks about the night it happens.
Go.
So the club was literally in town. I lived in town, so me and this other girl, we were in the club where FILLY was. And as soon as she left, my friend that was going to get ready to go see him, as soon as she left, FILLY started like whining on some other girl.
So this isn't even the Australian girl's friend. I actually thought it was. This is someone else based in the UK. Young FILLY.
All that night, like he was like, you know, telling, how should I say her name? Telling my friend like, oh, you know, come back with me.
Wait, but were they together or not?
No, they weren't together. Like they just used to see each other. So every time they go to a club together, they see each other on the same night. They'd always leave together, like always, yeah. So anyways, so that happened, and as soon as I messaged her, told her like, look, he's literally whining on some other girl. She comes back within like 5-10 minutes because I didn't live too far, and next minute he's messaging her saying, oh, come to the car, I'm leaving. And he's literally messaging her like abuse, like saying like, I'm leaving you, I don't care, like, you know. And so I've got a video of this, by the way. So we go to the back of the club, me and my friend, and then the girl that's going back with FILLY, like she gets in his car and he's literally shouting at her saying like, no, get out, I don't want you here anymore, like you're taking your time, whatever. So anyways, later that night, it was around like 3 a.m, she goes to his hotel, she rings me, and she says, she's like whispering, she's saying like, oh, like, Siren, can you come like get an Uber from me, like whatever. And I was like, are you okay? And she said, no, like, you know, I need to go. And she's like, actually, no, wait, 1 minute. Anyways, so later that morning, she told me what actually happened. So she wanted to leave around 3 a.m. when she called me. But then she said, oh, you're either staying and take your clothes off or you're leaving. So she stayed because they had history, and she just felt like, you know, he had all this power. Like she felt so gullible in the moment. And when she told me that story, like 8 a.m, like she came literally to my place, makeup on, everything, like from the night before. She was...
Right, can I just stop you there? Because this is a lot to digest.
Yeah.
Break it up in bits and pieces, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys were at the club.
Yeah.
They normally leave together and whatever it is. So she went back, got ready for a night with FILLY or whatever. She was taking a bit long. He was downstairs waiting.
I do apologize for not having a full clip there. That's extremely questionable. Seems like he was manipulating and controlling whoever this person was. Because they had history together, she was basically allowing it to happen. It seems like there are more people that have been victimized by young FILLY. And if that's the case, we've got to put an end to this. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, do comment down below. Let me know exactly what you are thinking right now. Don't go anywhere because we've got a number of videos dropping over the next coming days. You don't want to miss out on that. Make sure you hit the like button. Do subscribe to the channel if we are new. Turn your notification bells on so you don't miss out on the future videos we've got coming out on this channel. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.